Hi, everybody. Oh, we have one person here. Thanks for being here. Hi. How's it going? It's Sunday for me, and I literally woke up like 45 minutes ago. Oh, hi, Carol. Thanks for being here. Hi, Drea. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. I woke up this morning and it's overcast here. I think it's gonna rain. I love this kind of weather so much. And I was like, you know what? Let me jump on a live stream. Let me open my windows and make my coffee and just chat with all of you. How are you all? I hope you're good. Let's say hello. Hi, Pinky, Lynn, Andrea. Hi, Deanne and Annette and Allison. Hi, Nika. Hi, Tansy and Christy. Hi, Alice. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, just call me Dee. Oh my gosh, it is oh my gosh, today's my favorite day. I love saying May the 4th be with you. Oh, I can't believe I didn't realize that that's today. So everybody, May the 4th be with you. Hi, Jane. Hi, Rebe. Oh, it's late for you, Rebe. Thank you for being here. I hope it's not too late for you. Hi, Deanne. Oh, that last video, so I watched Harry's interview, and I don't know, when I lost my dad, in 2022, and when I see what Harry's doing, it's like, don't do it. You're missing like precious moments, right? And so I was literally crying watching it, and because I can see this is a man who has such a skewed perspective. I don't even wanna say his perspective is skewed. His perspective is, like, upside down. Like, it's the exact 180 degrees from what reality is. And I don't know, I saw that and that really broke my heart, and I was thinking to myself again, "Why is he doing the same thing over and over again?" He did this with Prince Philip. He did this with the Queen, and that's when it got me thinking about this repetition compulsion, that sometimes we recreate moments, and either because it's comfortable for us, or maybe we're hoping for a different outcome, maybe this time it'll be different. And actually, before I even got there, I was thinking of Princess Diana, and I was like, well, he did it with Princess Diana, but the difference is, with Princess Diana, he couldn't predict it. That that was, like, so beyond what anyone could have ever thought would happen to Princess Diana. But with Prince Philip, he was in the hospital. He was 99, many of you told me, 'cause I couldn't remember how old he was when I was recording the video. The Queen, they knew she was sick. She missed the Platinum Jubilee, the ceremony at St. Paul's. She'd never miss it if she was doing well, you know? And that's kind of how, and it's the same thing with the king. Y Cancer is not, I know we don't get a lot of information from the palace, and we've heard rumblings that it's terminal, it's an uncurable form of cancer. Regardless of whatever type of cancer it is, it's cancer, and human health, like, it takes a split second for things to turn around. He should he should know that, because his wife had preeclampsia, allegedly, you know, and he should know that. His wife suffered a miscarriage, allegedly. So, health changes so quickly. Yeah, okay, let me get back to your comments. Oh, thank you, Rebe. Thanks for enjoying it. Oh, I hope it's comfortable in bed. I was talking to a friend once. She had been having a hard time sleeping. She's been having a lot of pain, and it's hard for her to sleep. And she fell asleep on me 3 times, like, while we were talking on the phone. And she's like, "Your voice is just so calming." And I'm like, "I've never heard that until I started this channel." So I don't know. I'm glad. I'm glad people find My voice relaxing. Just Call Me D says, make Beatrice and Eugenie working royals until Prince Edward's children come of age, as well as William's, and they can. I mean, yeah, these are people that are actively working, and the audacity of like, well, the UK taxpayer should pay for um, my security. Why? Oh, well, I worked for them. Yeah, and you're not working for them anymore. Let me tell you, when I'm done working for an employer, guess what they do immediately? I no longer have health insurance. I can't make them give me health insurance because I worked with them 5 years ago. It's yeah. Defenestrate says Harry and Meghan were invited to Balmoral 3 days before the Queen passed and they refused. And isn't that when they went to Dusseldorf? Let me know if that's like, isn't that the time when Meghan was wearing that white halter top and pushing Harry around outside? And then she was teaching him how to sign the book. I made a clip of that, of him signing the book. Just Call Me D says ban them both from the UK. Honestly, I don't know how Harry would have the gall to even show his face to the UK in the UK. I mean, up until that interview, I think he had already said a lot of bad things about the people living in the UK, and then after that interview, wow, like, that is some audacity. Yeah. Alice says, "Talking about the king's health is just horrible, and he wonders why they don't speak to him." Exactly, Alice. So some people are saying, like, "Of course they're not gonna talk to you." Well, actually, it was the Sidley twins that they said this yesterday. Of course they're not gonna talk to you. You go and tell people everything. You reveal private text messages. Your wife, I don't know how, gets these handwritten letters or gets handwritten letters, and all of a sudden they end up in the press. Why does that happen with her so often? Hi, Lulu's mom. Hi. Alice says that's gotta burn him inside. Or that's got to burn inside him. He says he regrets not talking to his mother before she died and then actively avoids his grandparents and father. Exactly. Exactly. I So that's the video that I made yesterday, and I was just kind of reflecting on that, and, there's something called repetition compulsion, where you recreate the same type of situations that you've been in, either because, you're hoping for a different outcome, or you feel maybe this time you can control it. It's, it's the same reason why people will or you'll hear people say, like, don't get into another relationship immediately. You're likely to find someone that's the same, or you always choose the same type of partner. It's because it's what you're used to. So you have to heal from those wounds and those experiences and kind of enter into I don't know, the dating game or the dating field or whatever with uh, the scoreboard being zero, right? So, hi, Cryptic Charm. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know I woke up this morning and I have my some of my windows open and it's overcast. I think it's going to rain. I bought these really cute like galaxy projectors. So even though it's not dark here, it's overcast so you can still see my galaxy thing. It's just I love it. I love it. Opinion says Megan said she's as happy as she's ever been in her time interview. Does she look like a happy person? I don't think so. I don't think so. This looks like a person, this just came to me. She was saying, I'm done trying to prove it, but all of her actions are her trying to prove something. Yeah, she is not happy. And like, if I were Megan and I look back on my life, I think probably my happiest moments would be being accepted into the royal family, taking on this new role and how exciting the world is gonna be, and I'm with the man that I say that I love, and his family loves. I don't know. I can't imagine how having a failed podcast and this Netflix drama and all and that's the happiest time of your life? I don't think so. I don't think so. Carol says security is for how close to the throne and working royals are for engagements. Yes. Yeah, defenestrate. It was One Young World where she wore that red pantsuit. Oh, I got really behind. I'm going to catch up really quick. Um, exactly, cryptic charm. His well, I misread your message, but I think both of them, they need to talk to both fathers, in my opinion. But I don't see Megan ever opening that door with Thomas Markle because I think there's too many secrets that could come out. He continues to be the author of his own chaos. Yep, he holds that pen. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Margaret. Yeah, William relocated his family closer to the queen when sick. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, good point. Yeah, Harry was trying to emotionally blackmail the king, um, and he's fully realized that zero contact was the right decision. Yeah, and the one thing he said a couple of times in that interview was that um, he can only come to the UK if he's invited. Okay, I think what he's not saying is if he wants that full security, he needs to be invited. But by saying it like that, he's not clarifying it. So people that maybe didn't watch the whole interview or they may think, oh, Harry's not going to the UK. He must not be invited. His family is not inviting him. They're so nasty. They won't invite him. Like that's the impression I feel he's trying to give. Um, and that really is emotional blackmail, right? So it's like backing them into the corner, like, hey, either invite me or everyone's going to think that you've cast me aside. Yeah. Hi, EA. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Carol says HG Tutor's video analysis on the breakdown on the judgment and statements are legendary. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Charlie Vaseline. There is divorce in the speculation for these two. What's your take on it? I don't think Harry will ever leave. And that and this is just my opinion. My opinion, my speculation. I feel he has nowhere to go. Where's he gonna go? She's been very successful in isolating him from anybody that used to care about him. He's completely by himself. So I think as soon as Megan has a stream of income, and whether that's through a new lover or whether that's through a business that actually picks up, but she will kick him to the curb, I feel so quick because she wanted him because she thought there would be I've said this a couple times. Megan's main motivators are fame, power, and money. Everything she does is for those 3 reasons. And a lot of people say, "Well, what about control?" Power includes control because if she has power over the media, she can control what's being said. So, those are the 3 things that if you look at any one of her actions, it's to fulfill any one of those things. She thought she would get all 3 of those marrying Harry, and now that I'm saying it out loud, she's gotten none of them. I mean, granted, they have money, but not nearly as much money as Meghan wants. Um, yeah. Yeah. Hi, LD from Ireland. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kit Kat. Hello. And that's just it, cryptic charm. I'm even if, like, he didn't know 100% it was cancer. In June of that year was the platinum jubilee. The queen didn't go. That was one of the first times that publicly people realized, like, "Oh, the queen's not doing very well." Right? And that's like all of us ordinary people could see that. But he would have been physically around her during that visit. I don't I don't know, it's like common sense, right? Yeah. Mina says, Harry Maybe Harry clings onto his anger because if he'd let it go, he might have to admit he was wrong all along. Very, very those are very wise words. I can totally see that. Hi, GM. Morning, all. It's pouring here, and I'm smack dab in the desert. Oh, where are you, GM? It's raining where I am. Also, well, it's overcast. I can't tell if it's actually raining, but we're supposed to have rain today. Lulu's mom says, sadly, I only have 15 minutes, then I have to run. It's like watching a really, really, really bad Hallmark movie. Um, I think you mean about Harry and Meghan, right? Lulu's mom. It's like a it used to be a romance, right? But now it's turned into like a thriller or suspense or maybe even a drama. Pinky Lynn says, when Tom Bauer comes out with his new book, how do you think they'll react this time? Will they more distractions? Will she do another interview? So I didn't really start following Harry and Meghan. Like by the time I started following them, the Tom Bauer book was out. So I don't know exactly how they reacted when the first one came out. But I would imagine that behind the scenes, they probably have their lawyers looking at it. Like, is there any way we can stop this book from coming out? And then it's going to be probably as Megan is sequentially reading the book, there's going to be a People magazine article that's going to come out that's going to refute the very first thing that she doesn't like, and then the second one, and then the third one. Just like we saw earlier this week, there was that story that came out that was saying that Prince William was going to strip Harry and Meghan of their titles, and then literally the next day there was an article that came out and says Prince William has doesn't have the authority to take away their titles. So I think it's gonna be very gut punch, and I think it's gonna be as she's reading the book because we know she's gonna read it, she's gonna have, a response for everything. What do you guys think? Hi, Lori. Um, EA says, "Please do a video on the podcast Megan was just on. It was a narcissistic prime example from both host and Megan." Oh my gosh, EA, that's hard. It's so, like, it's frustrating, like, I've watched other YouTubers talk about it, and I'm, like, screaming at the television, yeah, she's just so delusional, complete lack of self-awareness, totally not authentic. I'll try, EA, I'll try, but no promises. Oh my goodness. Okay, Alice says he still is that angry little boy who feels unloved. He wants Charles to prove he loves him by fixing the security issue. And what an awful thing to do. To say he basically implied, no, he didn't imply, he said it. He said, my dad needs to step out of the way and let Ravik or whoever it was do their work. He said that. Like, it's so awful. It's so awful. Yeah. That's when I was crying. I was like, "This guy is so deluded. He doesn't even realize how much he's damaging his relationship with his father, and the clock is ticking." I don't know if it was, like, sad tears because the whole situation it makes me so sad. It's not that I'm crying for Harry. It's not that. It's that, you see someone struggling, and I said this in my video yesterday. And I think it was from a meme or something I read maybe 10 years ago, where it's like you see someone that's drowning and you want to help them. You want to tell them, like, just stand up. You're only in knee deep water. You're really not, like, it's really not what you think it is, but they're drowning in it. Oh, it's awful. And then, you have in my video, I wasn't at all taking responsibility away from Harry. I also mentioned though that Megan benefits from all of this. So Megan is in the background doing these inflammatory things, having that picture with the HRH monogram out, telling people on Netflix to call her Duchess. Like, she's creating situations, she's escalating everything. Yeah, that's a good way. She's escalating it, she's inflaming the situation, and so far at this point, there hasn't been a public response that we've seen, right? Yeah, it bothers me a lot. Opinion says Meghan could have been setting Harry up with a BBC interview, which she probably told Harry what to say. I wouldn't be surprised at that opinion. Um, King Charles has, I believe, said through a source that he can't trust Harry and won't speak to him. I mean, after Oprah, you can't trust them, I feel. Um, and then look at how many things have happened since since then. And the thing is, you let's say let's say Harry hadn't done all those things, but it was Meghan that did them. Let's say that's the case. You still couldn't trust Harry because Harry is telling everything to Meghan. You can't as long as Harry and Meghan are together, Harry cannot be trusted. He needs a full, this is something we talk about with Colton Cake. He needs to be deprogrammed. Like, his brain needs to be wiped of all of the influence that he's had since 2016, allegedly. Yes, Carol, I agree. The best response is no contact. I think so because what all it's gonna do is make things worse because it's just gonna be a downward spiral the whole time. Like, Harry's gonna say something, they're gonna try to counteract with logic, and whether he responds irrationally or he tells Meghan and Meghan eggs him on and then he responds irrationally, it's just gonna get worse. I mean, look at what happened in Spare. At the end of Prince towards the end of the book, at Prince Philip's funeral, William and Charles tried. They tried, like, William threw out a lifeline to him, and this part gets me really sad. I don't wanna cry this morning, but okay, I'm gonna say it, and I heard this from, um like, I had read Spare before, but then I watched Cheer Denise's analysis of it, and when she got to this part, I hadn't recognized it for what it was until she started explaining it, but William, like, grabs Harry by the collar, and this is all being retold by Harry, right? So it's not like you can say it was lost in translation or something, right? This is what Harry believes happened. I mean, of course, we know that there's Meghan influence there, but anyway, so William grabs Harry by the collar and says, "I want the best for you. I love you." And I'm paraphrasing, of course. "I want the best for you. I love you. I swear on Mummy's life." And then Harry says that since William and him were younger, they had promised to only swear on Mummy's life in emergency, like throwing a lifeline. So literally, William did that, and Harry just can't can't see it. Can't see it. GM says, "My mom's a malignant narcissist." I think you mean, right, GM? Make confirm with me in case I messed up. "I begin my PhD soon at 95 and failing. She still puts me down and tells me I should be happy, like Meg says she is." Yeah, GM. I mean, I almost feel like they get worse with age. Um, that's what I've noticed. It's like the patterns get even more cemented and then even more erratic, less impulse control, I feel. And yeah, congratulations on starting your PhD soon. That's really exciting, and I'm so sorry that, you've had this experience. Yeah. Tansy says he misdirected the whole interview. Hi, Callie. Nettie says he wants IPP status because information is a valuable commodity and it gives him value with organizations. Yeah, I completely see that too, Nettie. Completely. And, last night I was thinking about it. I was going to post about it, but I decided not to. That on, when is it? Tuesday, he's going to Vegas. Um, and it has something to do with Princess Diana. I think it's one of her charities or it's an award for one of her foundations. I'm not sure. And I can just see something, this being like something happening, and I hope it doesn't, right? Let me say it this way. I feel like there may be a plan to make something happen to manipulate the press, just like, in my opinion, what they did in New York with the 2-hour near catastrophic near catastrophic court chase. Yeah. Alice says, I think you're right. I think he's being unclear deliberately. If he is invited for an official event, he gets automatic protection. The rest of the time, he says 28 days before, and that's just it. Reby says Frogmore's still empty. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yeah. Let's see. Callie says our royal family can't trust him. That's why they won't speak to him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Carol says royal family will be on the balcony for VE Day on Monday. Will they? Yay. They will be Westminster Abbey for service of Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. That's so okay. I can't wait. Tomorrow's going to be a good Monday. Yay, I didn't know that. Um, let's see. Alice is asking, does anyone know where the V in Ravik comes from? I looked it up yesterday. I don't remember, but if anyone knows, feel free to drop that in the comments. I mean, in the chat. Yeah. Hi, Izzy. Welcome. I know, Nika. He really thinks taxpayers should be happy to pay for his security. I was saying earlier in this chat, like, when I'm done working for an employer, they take away my health insurance. I can't make them pay for my health insurance anymore? Oh my goodness. Defenestrate says Megan had the media in the palm of her hand until she started showing who she really was. And then they started turning on her. That's just it with these types of people. And this is my impression, you either fall under their charm and believe everything they say, or you are extremely repelled, or like you're repulsed by them. And I think that that's kind of what you see, because you see people that come out in support of Megan, and there's a lot of reasons to be doing that, right? There's a lot of financial gain in doing that. And again, she she must have some sort of charm, um, right? And that's one of the characteristics of being a narcissist. And then there's all these other people that are like, whoa, I didn't like how she acted there. I didn't like how she said that. I didn't like how she talked to so and so. This is not something they can hide for too long. Adrian says, good morning. It's raining here at the Chesapeake Bay. Yay, it's kind of raining here too. It's definitely cloudy, but I can't see if there's actual rain. Just Call Me D says, my sister thinks the royal family will take him back if he leaves Meghan. It's that first step that's the hardest, right? I think, I don't think Harry's convinced that that would happen. And that's kind of what keeps him where he is. And probably Meghan is whispering in his ear, they'll never take you back. Or I mean, it could be two things. It could be she could be saying, "Why would you even wanna go back? They treated you so horribly." Or it could be that, "Look how much damage you've done, Harry. They'll never trust you again. Look, they're not even telling you about how your dad is doing." So I think that's I don't think he believes that, and I think that just keeps him trapped even longer. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Carol. Carol says Royal and VIP Executive Committee. Thank you. Carol, you always know everything. You're a great resource. Yeah. Cryptic Charm says nothing will ever change the fact that Meghan will have to curtsy to Princess Charlotte, the future Princess Royal, next to the Queen. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Or like the thought of it, it's just I love it. I love it. Let's see how far. Jane says, Lady C says there are things going on, but who knows? I saw that yesterday. I think it was on X. And she was saying it's gonna be things that are coming out in the next couple of days and early in the week, and that it was when I read that that I thought, "Oh my gosh, what is gonna happen on Tuesday in Vegas?" Yeah, yeah. Let's see, yeah, Kelly says she gives me Jodi Arias vibes, worries something will come. Yeah, I know. I mean, at this point, he's not rational, and his I was saying earlier, his perspective is literally 180% from what the truth is. Hi, Amber. Welcome. Let's see. Lulu's mom says he's insisting it's security. In my opinion, it's so he has access to authorized document. It opens the security for things others will want to gain access to through Harry. I hadn't thought about that, Lulu's mom. I always So I haven't looked into really what IPP status or this increased security, what it logistically means, like what happens to him. I knew that there would be some things like that that are, benefits to it, and I also thought he just likes to feel, or I think more so Megan, likes to feel important, likes to get the private jets and the VIP access and, the 4 cars driving you 2 blocks. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Cryptic Charm says the royal family have been in the game for 1,000 years. Trust me, they know how to play the waiting game. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Beck says he has security is different than what he had before because he's no longer a working royal and he lives abroad, but he has it. Exactly. And wherever the gaps are, he has money. Pay it. My goodness. Hi, Sandra. Oh, thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry it's at 1:30. I just randomly I woke up this morning and I was like, it's a beautiful day and I want to enjoy my coffee and chat with all of you. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Yeah. Let's see. Hi, Zephyr. Oh, thank you, Zephyr. Thanks for being here. Okay, Zephyr says H wanted IPP for intel purposes. Yikes. And maybe that's why there's such a stance, to try to prevent him from that. Defenestrate. Harry's never home for Archie's birthday. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I wonder, what if that's not his actual birthday? Because there was confusion about when it happened, right? Oh, Tim, I did too. I was crying so much after that, and then I spoke to a friend, and I was retelling it to her, and I was crying again, and now when I was retelling it here, that that broke my heart. Yeah. Sandra says they do get worse with age, as my ex mother-in-law is a narcissistic psychopath, and my ex, but he is the youngest of 5, and all the others are all nice people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry you dealt with that, Sandra. Oh, I got really behind. Sorry, everybody. Oh, thank you, Adrian. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Nika says Harry just wants what William has. Yeah. Callie says lots of celebrations going on in the UK next week. Yeah, yay. I'm excited. I'm excited to see all of it. Mayor is asking, does he have money or did Meg spend it all? I think in my opinion, I think they're out of money. I think that's why Megan got on Instagram in January. Like that, I think is the first sign of they're not doing well, you know, because why would she go on Instagram? The only reason she would do it is for money, right? To try to go back to her days where she was an influencer. Yeah. You guys give me 1 second. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Hi, Neely. Oh, why is coffee so good? Why? It's seriously my favorite part of the morning. Yeah, I have 2 favorite parts of the day. The first is my coffee in the morning, and the second is, and you guys are gonna laugh. So I I eat my dinner in bed, and I'll turn YouTube on, or I'll turn whatever show I'm watching on, and just having my puppy next to me and putting on, like, that's my favorite time. I recently changed the windows in my home. My windows were very, very old, and I couldn't, my screens were all falling apart, and just I'm just so excited with these new windows. It's made my house very quiet. So I went and I purchased new curtains, and my curtains, the ones on the inside are kind of sheer. So I have those like closed, but I can still kind of see outside. Oh, it's just the best. I love it. Yes, coffee in the morning. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. Opinion says, don't believe Archie was actually born on George Clooney's birthday, May 6th. Same as don't believe Lily was born June 4th, which was George the Third's birthday, and also is Angelina Jolie's birthday. I didn't know that about June 4th. Thanks for sharing that opinion. Thank you. Allison says they keep filming from Bill Guthrie and Victoria Jackson's house. Is that the one? Is that where they filmed the Netflix show too? Oh, Kit Kat is the best, right? Still laying in bed. I love it. I love it. It's a great Sunday morning. Yeah. And I haven't had a chance to watch my weekend shows, my 2020 and my Dateline. So I have that for to do today. It's a great. You guys, so I recorded 2 videos yesterday, and I have to edit them and put them out. The first one is about Alec Baldwin and his wife, Hillary. Hillary, well, I found this article where Hillary allegedly is telling her husband that he needs to go get the bags under his eyes fixed, not for him, but because it makes her look old. And earlier this week, I did a video about image fusion. Well, in this video, the one with Alec Baldwin, I talk about image fusion and image enmeshment and the difference between these two. Because as I was doing the research for it, I was like, well, really, what's the difference between these two? And if you guys give me a second, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you some examples that show you the difference between image fusion and image enmeshment. Um, Let me bring my notes up really quick. Okay. Or you know what? I can do one better. I can show you the actual slides I used. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, I didn't turn it into a PDF yet, but let's see if I open it as a PowerPoint, will it work? Oh, it worked. I think it's working. It's processing, processing, processing. Almost there. I know, cryptic charm. I can't. I know. Hi, Pamela. Silvermoon, I don't know if I said hi to you, but hi. Okay, Allison says, no, that was a Russian billionaire house that he allegedly rents. Interesting. Okay, so these are my notes, and I'm going to skip this. I want to go to, okay, image enmeshment versus image fusion. So, image enmeshment is when someone uses your appearance, behavior, or choices as a direct reflection of their own image and then pressures you to align with it. So, you need to look good, so I look good. What you do says something about me. Those are the types of statement that are image enmeshment. And I can read you guys also a couple of other. Actually, let's do image fusion, and then I'll give you a couple of examples between the differences. Okay, so that's image enmeshment. And then earlier this week, I talked about image fusion, and I was talking about it in terms of, yes, Sandra, I agree. He is a, I can't believe he said that to his child, I know. I I don't like him either. It's just he is another example of what happens between, in these toxic relationships, and I think it's just like with Harry and Meghan, like, yeah, I'm talking about Harry and Meghan and talking about their history, and ultimately what I'm doing is they're a tool to talk about things that we might experience in our own lives. In fact, the reason I'm even drawn to Meghan is because she reminds me of my stepmom, and studying Meghan helps me understand what happened in my childhood, you know? So, um, anyways, but yes, Sandra, I absolutely agree. Anytime I do a video about Alec and Hillary, I get very few views. I'm just hoping that maybe one day people will watch it and not be annoyed that it's about Hillary and Alec, but just look at the what's actually being said. Okay, so image fusion, what I talked about earlier this week was with Megan and the interview she did with Jamie Kern Lima, and how Megan has fused her identity with her as ever jam making that she is her own, she's selling herself. She has fused her identity with her commercial identity. So there's also in this, so this is another type of image fusion where the narcissist doesn't see you separate at all. They experience your appearance, your opinions, or your aging as if it's happening to them. Your body is mine, your choices are mine, your flaws are mine to fix. And there's a lot of this image fusion that you can see in the article that was about Hillary and Alec. Um, and you know what? Maybe I can pull up that article really quick too. I type in Alec and Hillary, but the search is never going to work because no one calls her Hillary. Um, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, why are there so many ads? It's annoying. Okay. And I love how they started off this article, you guys. Let me see how you guys are doing in. Thank you, Cryptic Charm. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen and show you that article. And you guys, I love how the article even starts off. It says, selfish celeb wife. Those are literally the three first words of the article. Selfish celeb wife admits she's had some nip tucks to revitalize her looks. And Radar Online can reveal she's demanding that Alec go under the knife to fix up his baggy eyes so she'll look good. She wants him to have cosmetic surgery for it to not be a bad reflection on her. Oh, it's unbelievable. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit. Is that better? Let's see. Let me see what it looks like here. Okay. Get out of here. Oh no. Okay, did that work? I can't get rid of these ads. I wish I could. I would literally pay to not have them. And I don't think with Radar Online you can pay. Um, okay, look at this paragraph. Hillary is watching Alec age before her eyes, but most concerning are the unsightly pouches underneath his eyes. There are times she feels like she's talking to droopy dog, said the insider. Can you believe that? Who in the world talks about someone they're supposed to love like that? And then she's tried these home remedies to help them. And can you imagine being on the other side of that? That's like your partner coming home with a burger for themselves and a salad for you. I'm just helping you. It's upsetting. And this is why, like, yeah, we're using this scenario to see how it can connect with us. It's awful. Truly, truly awful. Okay, let's stop sharing. Okay, Let me see if I can get caught up on your chat. Yeah, Anna Banana. She's the happiest she's ever been. Honestly, how can she say that? Yeah, you're right. When she's estranged from both her families, from I mean, does she even talk to Doria's side of the family? I think she's literally yeah. Alice says, "Is this image issue why Megan calls Harry a fox? She needs him to be attractive to justify being with him." To be honest, I don't think that she finds him attractive anymore. I feel like that was overcompensation. And I think, she's gonna say and do anything to try to counteract what we as the public see, right? We saw the way she looked at him at Invictus. We know. Um, yeah, I feel like that's an act, and I feel also that's a way of narcissists do a lot of push pull with people. So they'll put you down, they'll devalue you, they'll do all these horrible things, and then out of nowhere there will be this compliment or this gesture that just seems so nice. And I think that could be another example of that too. Yeah. Carol says it's an interesting thought, Alice. Yeah. Okay. So let me see what else did I say here. Okay. And then that's another topic I talked about, but let me remove that. And I can go through some of the examples that I give in that video to compare image enmeshment versus image fusion. Um, Also, there's 167 people here. Thank you so much for being here. If possible, could you please hit the like button? It helps a lot. Thank you. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have this first example, and this is someone that's an Instagram spouse. Like everything they're doing for their feed. The enmeshment version would be don't wear that. It doesn't match my feed. The fusion version is when you dress like that, people think that I am not wealthy. I am not dot, 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 right? Why would you make me look bad? So essentially, what they're wearing impacts how you are perceived, right? Yeah, it's it's bad. Um, let's say let me go back to this example. Okay, in another example, there's a man who's insisting that his wife wear makeup and fix her roots for a family Christmas photo. The image, sorry, I'm scrolling back and forth. The enmeshment version is fix your hair. We're sending this out to everyone I work with. Your look affects how I'm perceived. The fusion version is if you go out looking like that, people are going to wonder what's wrong with me. I can't be seen next to you like this. Your face is my face. Your flaws are personal insults. It's so awful. Oh, it's so awful. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. So that's a video that's coming out maybe today. I'll see if I have time to edit it. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you all is let me see how I am doing on the chat. Sandra, I've only gotten 3 words in, but let's see what you say. If he is a fox, it's because he's ginger and he's sly killing the chickens in the little pen fold. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. GM says regarding the kids, I suspect they may not be perfect, beautiful. Narcs don't abide. Imperfections, a bad reflection upon them. Yeah, I really worry about those kids, honestly. Um, it makes me very sad. Yeah. Yeah, Carte Blanche says he was never attractive, but he was not aging well. There are like some photos and things of him that I'm here. I actually, let's see. Let's show you some pictures that I thought, you know, I was doing the video yesterday, the video from yesterday. Sorry, guys, I categorize things and then I forget how I categorize them. Where did I put it? Darn it. And, this happens to me with ordinary things too, right? I'm gonna put this in the best place ever, and then it's time to look for it. Where in the world did I put it? Where did I put it? I think I'm almost there. Ah, here it is. No, it's not there. What did I do with it? Oh goodness. Well, there were some pictures of him like very young. Like there's one picture where they compare him to Prince Philip when he was younger. There's this side by side image. I could just share my screen if I can find it. Oh, this one. Like I feel like he looked attractive in this one. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm having all sorts of technical difficulty. Here, I'll share my screen. This picture. Like I feel like he looks attractive there. Yeah. Yeah, but I just saw something I wanted to read. Yeah, Charlie Vaseline says Megan will go down in history as Megan the Miserable. I love that, Charlie. I love that. Sandra says, I have to hold my hand up and admit I did like Harry. I thought he was a bit of a Jack the Lad. That was up until the Oprah interview, and now no. I was rooting for them. I watched the wedding. Yeah, I admit it. I admit it. Yeah, opinion, I wouldn't be surprised. Is opinion says Alec Baldwin is a narcissistic sociopath. Pamela says, I can't separate out my feelings about his behavior from his physical appearance, so I always see him as ugly. I have unattractive loved ones who look beautiful to me, so it works both ways. Absolutely, Pamela. And I think that's just it too. I look at that picture and I feel like the young Harry, we didn't know so much. But when you look at Harry now, like that is not an attractive man, in my opinion. And and again, like you're saying, Pamela, if he, really shed the nastiness and he started doing good for the sake of doing good, I think that could make him attractive again, like you're saying. Um, I was going to say something else about that, but I forget what it was. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Cryptic Charm says, fun fact, the Spencer family were related to Oliver Cromwell, and he wants to undermine the monarchy centuries after his ancestor beheaded Charles I. Oh, Callie. Callie says Prince Philip was such a handsome man, nothing like Harriet. Cryptic Charm says Prince Philip was so handsome, no wonder teenage Elizabeth decided to pursue him. I love it. EA says, but now he's more like a withered flower. Yeah, yeah. And then Sussex Squad is like, "You're just jealous because you wanna be with him." No. Like, Sussex Squad, you are so off the mark with that one. Like, no, I do not want to be with someone that has admitted to recreational, um, activities. I don't want that headache. I want peace in my life, and that man does not look like he knows how to live peacefully. Yeah. Margaret says, I also liked Harry. He was always happy with William and Catherine. Yes, when I look back on those pictures, I have a smile. It makes me feel happy to see the three of them together. Oh, yes, Rachel. I think Rachel, but Rach Rock, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, says choose your life's mate carefully. From this one decision will come 90% of all your happiness or misery. Absolutely. Bravo. Bravo. Um, oh, I didn't know that he wanted a girl as his second child. Oh, wait, maybe I did know that because I think wasn't Diana upset about that? Where did I read that? Was that in Andrew Morton's book? I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have one more sip of my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, do you guys want to know the other thing I've been working on? I'm kind of excited about it. So, a while ago, I created a second channel and it's called Revealing the Crime. I I really love true crime. So, as you can see, I'm always talking about Friday nights are the best because I can watch my Dateline and my 2020. So, I created that channel and I only made there's only 3 videos on it. And what I was doing with that channel was telling the story, um, of someone that passed. And I think I'm gonna take it in a different direction. I'm gonna do it how I do Revealing the Narc, where I will give, like, a basic background of whatever happened, but then I'm gonna use situations from that story and try to teach or not try to teach, I'm not teaching, try to talk about some, examples we might see in our own lives, how that can manifest in our own ordinary relationships. So I made a video and I need to edit it and I'm going to try to edit it today and post it today on my other channel. So in that one, I started watching the Netflix documentary that just came out this week about OJ Simpson. Okay, Sandra says it was Charles that wanted a girl, but Diana knew that the next baby was a boy and didn't tell him. Yeah. Kit Kat says, please tell. Okay, so in while I was watching that documentary, I'm not even one episode in. It's not on YouTube yet. It's going to go on my new channel. And my new channel here, I'll type it, is Revealing the Crime. Oh, thank you, Disfan. Disfan says pregnancy another is pregnancy another narcissistic trait? This happened to me and my ex best friend when my father died while she was pregnant with her first child. I Disfan, I'll keep looking for your next comment because I'm assuming your comment is gonna continue. Yeah. So as I was watching this OJ documentary, there was an interview they had with OJ. And this interview happened after the verdict came in of him being not guilty. There was a clip in it that just rubbed me the wrong way. Do you guys want to see the clip? I think I'll show you all. I'll show you all the clips. Sorry, guys, my throat gets dry. Let me have a sip of water. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully that's better. Let me get that video. And mm, sorry, guys, I'm here. I'm just looking for that OJ video. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one.
89 incident, I think is pretty clear. And
I'm gonna go back to the beginning and then I'll mute myself so you guys all can hear it. And let me know in the comments if it's not loud enough. So Disfan says part two. She was expecting her second child. Okay, Disfan, I'm still waiting to see what else you say. Hi, Seeking Rainbows. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. Let's watch this video.
After the '89 incident, I think it's pretty clear in everything that may have stated in our divorce decree, what she might have stated even during an argument we had in 1993, that OJ has never touched me since that time. Um, I think it's very clear that when Nicole and I was apart, that when she had some very emotional issues with the men that she was involved with, she came to me. I don't think a woman would do that if she felt that this person was insensitive or abusive and certainly not jealous or possessive. If even when we were divorced and apart, that when she had personal problems, she came to me, and these are all very provable things that you will be hearing about in
And
this
so
next trial.
all of the things.
Okay, everyone, what do you think? This when they showed this clip, it just in the Netflix documentary, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm gonna leave it out to you guys. I wanna hear what you guys think. Diz fan says part 2, and then she expected her second child after 1.5 years after my dad's passing. Is this a narcissistic trait? She hated me going out with other friends and family while judged how I grieved while trying to stay strong in front of my dad's mother. So this fan, I don't know. Um, and again, I'm not a therapist, and I don't know the exact story, like all the details of what happened between you and your friend. Um, but if someone came to me, and I'm gonna retell you what I think what you said, because I may have completely misunderstood what you're saying. So it sounds to me like your dad passed away and your friend was pregnant at the time. Let me go check. Um, okay, so your dad passed away while she was pregnant with her first child, and then a year and a half later, she had her second child. To me, this just sounds like someone having a family. Now, of course, these are all the facts I have that um like I know the timing of when she got pregnant, and nothing more than that. So if there are any other deeper interactions that happened there, I don't know. But just looking at that, it just yeah. Let me know what you all think in the chat. Opinion says think everyone knew OJ was guilty. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, Silver Moon. Okay, Carte Blanche doesn't believe him. Um, yeah, and what really rubbed me the wrong way, there were a couple things. The first is he is victim blaming. He says that she was emotional. She had emotional problems. He says she has emotional problems, and she would come to me. And if I was possessive and if I did all of these things, why would she come to me? Well, people that have trauma bonds, that bond is hard to break. So it makes sense that she would go to him. And then what really caught my eye was that he says, would she come to me if I was, I think, um, possessive, abusive, and certainly not jealous. So to me, that was a double negative. He should have said certainly jealous, but he said not jealous. So I think that he's admitting, I think, that he was jealous. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, so I'm going to be editing this video probably today, and I'll put it up on my other YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. How are you all doing in the chat? Carte Blanche says, I love how Princess Charlotte looks so much like William and Diana. I love it. She's so cute. Yeah. Opinion says, Diana is in photos with Henry Herbert, very close looking, was time after William was born and before Harry. Okay, I'm lost in the conversation. Uh, Alice says That OJ documentary was wild, very fishy in lots of ways. You know what's surprising to me? That detective was on it, Furman, because that guy messed up, like, badly during that trial. Like, I think he he is one of the reasons I think that the prosecution lost the case because he had said that I don't wanna say what word it is, but he had said he had never used that really, really, really bad word, and then a tape comes out where he is saying the really, really, really bad word. So, it really played into the defense of, what OJ was saying. Yeah. Yep, the LAPD didn't follow proper procedures, yeah. Exactly, GM. And actually the way he starts off the video is he was like, "Oh, it was the 1989 incident." So and then something something 1993. So what that's doing is, look, these things were so far and in between. I can tell you the year that it happened, right? Like it happened twice, 89 and 93. But, you know, it was a lot more than that. Alice says it was a crazy trial. My parents told me about it. It was everywhere. Yeah, it really was everywhere. And I remember I was in elementary school the day the verdict came out, and they gathered us all into the auditorium and we watched the verdict come down. And, you know, as a child, you don't really understand it. And yeah, Cryptic Charm says, I had no idea he was an American football guy. I just thought he was an actor. American football, not really a thing in the UK. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Carol remembers the car chase. I remember that too. It was on the 5 freeway, right? Kit Kat says, I was pregnant on bed rest during the trial. It was wild. Did you guys hear also they're trying to get Scott Peterson out? I saw that too. What is that called? The Innocence Project, I think, is working on it. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think he did it. Personally. Now, of course, I'm always open to hearing new evidence. Like, I'm not so deep in my beliefs that I would shut out anything, I'm open to hearing more, but based on what I've seen about the Scott Peterson case, I think he did it. Defenestrate says, I'll bet they'll get him out. What's so weird to me about the Scott Peterson case is that he had only been on a handful of dates with Amber. Yeah, Carol, Scott Peterson, everything points to him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kit Kat says the white Bronco chase. Yep, for OJ. Yeah, yeah. Bible Unbutchered says OJ was wildly jealous, even of Nicole's parents. He came to pick up the kids, and Sydney and Justin ran away. Cops were called, and OJ wouldn't go home and wait. He stayed 4 hours. Wow, and found Justin up a tree. Wow. Skylab says the OJ civil trial was pretty compelling too. Yeah, I hadn't seen that. And actually the clip I showed you at the end, it's almost a little threatening, right? Like, "Oh, well, all of that's gonna come out. I have evidence proving all of that," right? So, I don't know if that evidence that he's talking about ever it's just like when what's her name? Gayle King was like, "Meghan has all the receipts." Well, where are they? It's been 5 years. Show us these receipts. We haven't seen them. Yeah. Kit Kat says he is in the American Hall of Fame for his Heisman Trophy. Yeah, Cryptic Charm. I feel so sorry for those children to lose their mother and her friend in such a way. And it makes me so sad for Ron Goldman and his family too, because he almost got kind of lost in the shuffle too, right? A lot of people talk about Nicole, and yeah, it makes me very sad. Okay, so Carol says, now this is Scott Peterson. He was having affair and had a pregnant wife. The pregnant wife was in the way. It is so sad. Yeah, yeah, it's so sad. Mhm. I agree. Carte Blanche says on that disgusting book if I did it. Yes, Carol, Megan doesn't have the receipts. I agree. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna end the live here. Thank you so much for spending this Sunday morning with me while I drink my coffee. And what a great morning! Yeah, thank you, everybody. I'll try to set up another live stream soon. I love these spontaneous ones. And I want to thank you so much for being spontaneous and, being able to join with me too. So, yeah, I hope you all have a great Sunday, whether it's morning or evening or afternoon, or if it's already Monday, I hope you have a beautiful day. And yeah, let's have a beautiful week coming up. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.